A federal court voted to stay a judge's decision, ruling that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention cannot enforce COVID-19 cruise ship rules after today, that is July 18, 2021. What's good everyone, you're watching Get Cruise Ship Info and more. Before we jump right into the video, may I please request you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also activate notifications so that you stay updated whenever I drop my next latest cruise news update. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention win came after the state of Florida had sued the agency, claiming that its restrictions on the cruise industry during the pandemic effectively booked most cruises, harming the state's livelihood. In the beginning of July 2021, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention asked a federal appeals court to United States District Judge Stephen Meredith's June 18 ruling on hold after he ruled in favor of Florida. The Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit has not yet issued its opinions, but noted that one judge dissented in granting the stay. The United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention put a full stop to cruise ships from sailing in March 2020. This was in response to the coronavirus pandemic, which had affected guests and crew members on board numerous ships across the world. What followed suit in the United States is that the CDC went ahead and imposed a 4-phase conditional framework on the 30th of October and said that it would allow the industry to gradually resume operations if certain thresholds were met. Now, coming back to Judge Stephen Meredith, what he did was he wrote a 124-page decision last month that Florida would be harmed if the CDC order, which the state said effectively blocked most cruises, were to continue. The Tampa-based judge granted a preliminary injunction that prevented the CDC from enforcing the order pending further legal action on a broader Florida lawsuit. Judge Stephen Meredith wrote that this order finds that Florida is highly likely to prevail on the merits of the claim that CDC's conditional sailing order and the implementing orders exceed the authority delegated to the CDC. Meredith's decision had meant that the CDC could not enforce those rules for Florida-based ships and that they should merely be considered non-binding recommendations or guidelines. However, Meredith had delayed the effect of his order until the 18th of July. He additionally ordered both sides to return to mediation to attempt to work out a full solution, a previous attempt which has failed, and said that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention could fashion a modification in which it could retain some public health authority. Judge Meredith wrote that these would be similar to CDC guidelines for reopening other industries such as airlines, casinos, hotels, sports venues, and subways. Otherwise, the cruise industry would face a daunting task to restart their operations. Republican Governor Ron DeSantis said in a statement after the ruling that the framework imposed onerous bureaucratic requirements on the entire industry. He condemned such requirements including a vaccine passport for guests and that cruise ships conducted a simulated voyage before embarking passengers or guests. The CDC has been wrong all along, and they knew it. DeSantis said, "The federal government does not, nor should it ever, have the authority to single out and lock down an entire industry indefinitely. Cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean International have been gearing up to return to sailing under the CDC's 4-part framework." In addition to the Royal Caribbean Group, we have Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, which is one of the world's largest cruise operators. They are going ahead and suing the state of Florida in a bid to end its ban on vaccine passports, claiming that they helped the company sail safely and soundly. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings are of the opinion that the ban violates federal law and contradicts rules set out by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. A spokesperson from the CLIA, that is the Cruise Lines International Association, shared that the health and safety of cruise guests or passengers, crew members, and the communities that the cruise ships visit remains a top priority for the CLIA cruise line members. All the cruise ships are well on their way to offering the traveling public a high level of COVID-19 mitigation at all costs. And with that, we conclude our latest cruise news update for the 18th of July. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please do share your feedback down below. And yes, subscribe to my channel, and a thumbs up for my video will really be appreciated. Until next time, you take care and stay safe.